What the? Howdy, folks, and welcome to episode 12 of NotJay Builds. We got Hissy Cat with us tonight, and he's working on Desperados, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Outstanding. And I'm going to be looking at some Star Wars models that have come across my desk in recent months. We'll talk about that here in just a second. But one thing I wanted to touch base on, of course, is Wiley Games, as always, my official, unofficial sponsor. The Father's Day sale is still going on right now. It is 10% off everything at the web store right now. Wiley-games.com gets you there. 10% off everything. That's 10% off of hard copy books. That's 10% off of PDFs. That's 10% off of cool mugs. That's nice. 10% off of shirts. Everything. And remember, every time you buy something, the Baroness, the amazing Mrs. Wiley, is keeping track of what you buy. And when you hit certain thresholds, and I used to have them memorized, I don't now, but it's like $200 gets you a cork coaster with the Wiley logo on it. $400, I think, gets you a tape measure. $600 gets you a stack of the coasters. All the way up to, I think it's like $800 or $1,000 gets you a Wiley Games baseball cap.
Oh, very cool. So, excuse me.
Yeah. Now you can buy one. You can buy a Wiley baseball cap if you want, but if you buy enough of them, you'll get a free one.
Does Wiley make a reptilian hat?
You mean like this one here?
Yeah.
No, they do not. No. But this one might show up at a convention in Kansas City because somebody we know, and oh damn it, I forgot. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I messed up. I did a faux pas, and I apologize. I want to make sure. Just in case. All right. Well, I forgot to send. I forgot to send the link to Reese if he's out there.
Oh, right.
So, anyway, he picked up about a dozen 1/35th scale 54 millimeter Velociraptors.
Yeah, I saw that. That sounds so cool.
We are looking to maybe, I don't know, have Velociraptors fighting Viet Cong.
Yeah, that's such a good idea.
You never know. If he does that, I told him I'm bringing my hat. He said, good, because I'll bring my hat. So, yeah. So, yeah, that's...
so that could be happening?
That could be happening. We got, like I said, we've got through tomorrow midnight Central Daylight Time U.S. I believe is what they've got the sale going through. Again, 10% off everything, unless it's a bundle. I don't think the bundles get the discount. It might. I don't know. I know when you use the special NotJay code or the special McMurray code or the what have yous, those don't give you discounts on the bundles because you're already getting like a 15 or 20% discount on the bundles. But I think when it's a store-wide sale, I think you get the discount on the bundles because you don't have to put in a code. She just has it automatically dropping 10% on everything. So
Cool.
there you go.
And there's only a couple weeks left in the paint challenge, right?
Yes. Literally, it is the 17th. We've got 13 days. On June 30th, I am planning to get home about, I get off work at about 5 that night. I'm planning on going live about 6 o'clock. And we're going to do a mini marathon.
Mhm.
We will definitely go 6 hours. If at midnight we're still feeling froggy, we might go another 6 hours. We're not going to go a full 24. No way that's happening. We could go 12. So let's go ahead and check on what's going on with the chatters out here. Charles found us at 7:50 saying evening all. About the same time Chris Long did. He came on, said hello. Tolmicus said oi. Meandering Mike a minute later, greetings y'all. Chris Long, so many bandits on the paint table.
He has some as well. That's, I think, why he said that.
Meandering Mike says $1,000. Yikes. Keep in mind, that's not all at once. She has been keeping track of sales since they started. She knows what every single thing, every single body has purchased from Wiley Games from day one. So
sounds like a professional to me.
She is the consummate professional.
Yeah, that was meant as a compliment.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And she is she keeps an eye out on all the social media also. And if you do something or say something stupid in regards to Wiley Games, you get put on what's known as the MFR list. And you're pretty much, you can still buy from them because they're not going to turn down money, but you don't necessarily get the good stuff. Chris Long wants to know, did you print mounted bandits?
No, I only have some 7th Cav that's mounted, and right now I'm just focusing on the ground troops to get a couple of posses together, and then I'll go back and look for the ponies. And I'm probably going to save up the $200 and just buy the whole collection off of 3D
3D Wargaming?
3D Breed.
Oh, okay.
That's where I got these. Again, thanks to his influence. Yeah. I saw him last night when we were chatting, and I'm like, dang it, why do I have to want them?
Yep, exactly. Mandarin Mike says Wiley Games needs to make Fist of Full of Flint Caveman Wargaming. So I'm going to be honest. You can do it with this book right here. Just got to have a little imagination.
You just got to find the minis for Caveman.
Yeah.
The Flintstones skirmish game.
Yep. It can be done. And you know what? That's the thing. I'm not telling any secrets when I say that. When I say all you need is that book, Jay will say it himself. If you want to play Starfighters, you want to play Star Wars, you want to play French and Indian War, all you need is that book. All of the other books that he has put out, he's done for one simple reason. Enough people have said, and I'm paraphrasing, I'm too lazy to come up with this shit myself. Would you do it for me?
Mm-hmm. That's so true of so many things, though.
Yeah. I mean,
that's the whole reason fast food exists.
Yeah. So he, that's why costs money to buy his books. It's
Telemachus with the wisdom. Proper Stone Age minis are hard. Stone Age hard.
yeah.
Dude, I have to lead you to the water on that one.
Keep it up. That's where you're
Hey,
going.
it wasn't me. It was Telemachus.
I can't kick him out. Well,
Fair
I could,
point.
but that'd be rude, and I don't want to be rude.
No. Fair point.
Yeah. Meander Mike says, I bought some Neanderthals, some Simians, and some Cro-Magnon from Savage Core line.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the Savage Core line's got a really, really good set. I don't remember his name. I've been on a show where we interviewed him before when we were over on the other channel. But he's a super cool cat. Really like, he and his father are the ones that are sculpting. I think his dad used to be a sculptor for one of the big names. I don't want to misspeak and say it was Games Workshop, but it might have been. But yeah, he's a well-known sculptor over there. So yeah, check out the Savage Core line from, and I can't remember the name of the company right away. So he's Tolmaka says, yeah, it depends on whether you want historical or fantasy Stone Age minis. True enough. So that's enough about cussing and discussing on what's going on. Yeah, Lucid Eye Productions. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Lucid Eye Productions. Joe Sulla. That's the cat. Joe Sulla. So yeah, we're going to take a look at a couple of these models I've got. Two of them are actual plastic models that you see at the hobby stores. The first one is right here. It is the Mandalorian Razor Crest.
It's from Bandai too. So
yeah, it's Bandai. And then another Bandai is my 1/12 scale Boba Fett. So I got those two. And so I got this from E4 Airmen. E4 Airmen sent this to me along with my USS Texas model. So thank you on that. And then I want to just set it aside for now, because that may be the one I'm cracking into tonight. And then, of course, I got this one for Christmas from one of my grandkids.
Oh, sweet.
And then I got this here. It's Slave One and Imperial Light Cruiser, and they're paper model kits.
Oh, wow.
Another Christmas gift from one of my grandkids.
Paper model kits in a box? Who makes them? You know what? Why don't you put a link to that in the show notes?
4dmodelkit.com.
I'm going to have to check that out. I have a weakness on paper model kits.
So
as you saw from our game jam with the tank. So
we're going to dig into this one. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to dig into this one tonight to build, but I do want to kind of show it off.
Yeah, I'd like to see it. So do show it.
So it's got this cool mat. For no other reason than, hey, look, it's a cool mat.
That's a good enough reason.
And I'll show it over here. It's a star mat. It's got Star Wars on two sides. It's got the limb of a planet on this side. It is. Let's see what size it is. It looks like it's a standard game map size. Um, just over 31 by.
Eric.
How you doing, buddy? By just over 23. Yeah, so it's like standard game map, hex and counter map size. You could almost play like 1v1 Starfighter game on this. So, all right, you've got. Speaking of 1v1 Starfighter, making cards for Battlestar Galactica, Fistful-led Starfighters.
Reusable cards, mind you.
Yep. Charles wants to know if it was warm enough for you today.
Oh, I'm loving it, man. It's like this is the weather we pay for.
It got up to about 83 here today.
Oh,
not too shabby. Eric, we are looking at some of the Star Wars models that have been given to me over the last couple of years, and I might dive into building one. Walkabout saying Game says the Razor Crest paper kit is Legion size.
Ooh.
And when he says Legion size, this is what he's talking about, Hissy.
These guys. Is that like 32 mil or something?
32, yeah. It's the Star Wars Legion game.
Okay. And then the new one is, what is that called again?
Shatterpoint, and it's 40 millimeters, and it's a pain in the dick.
Go ahead.
The models are beautiful. They're amazing. But they're yet another third game that this company / companies has produced with a completely different scale. And I understand the business decisions behind it. I still think it's garbage.
Yeah.
Because Fantasy Flight started their Star Wars mini games with Star Wars. It's the tile builder dungeon crawl game. And those were like true 25s. They were the soft plastic, single piece type thing. Then they came out with Legion. And those were 32, 35, 30, 30, 32 scale. And they did not, you could not really match them up well at all.
No, they just make them just off enough that you have to buy everything.
Yeah. And then Shatterpoint has just come out, and those sons of bitches are easily 40, maybe even 45 millimeter.
Now, I've seen some of the sculpts, and like you said, they look beautiful. And this is just a personal preference thing. They're a little too realistic.
Yeah, they're
I have become where I like the game kind of chubby,
exactly,
oversized 32 mil. That's not quite anatomically correct because I like the look. I like to paint them, and like these, you can see are kind of not in that style, but it's a beautiful mini.
Hold on. Oh yeah,
and it's a little
dude. He is great,
right? Isn't that a nice mini?
Dude, I know that guy.
This is going to be Don Juan.
He sings at Mitieros on Friday nights in San Antonio. Nice.
So these are, but and I think if you look at the way these are sculpted.
Where did you get these?
These are 3D Beast.
Oh man. Now, are those like true 25, 28s?
No, they're not 25. These are more of the 28 to dare I say 30?
Yeah.
But no, they're more the 28s. They're not 25 at all.
Okay, but so they would probably match up with the Knuckle Duster minis.
I don't own any of those, so I can't speak to that. But
Yeah, the Knuckle Dusters are closer to the what you expect with the current 25 millimeter, which is actually 28 millimeter.
right, yeah. So
Andrew Mike says Asmodee actually has Asmodee is laying off 14,000 people. That has me concerned about Star Wars games. So Asmodee either bought or created a game called Atomic Mass Games, as you may or may not know.
you want to make this large? Sorry to interrupt you, but
yeah,
here's a Bob Murdoch. I think that's his name, and that's a 25 mil, and then that's the guy next to him. So you can see it's closer to the, like I said,
yeah, the heroic,
30.
The heroics.
Yeah, but I'm going to use them. I mean, I don't care.
Oh yeah,
it's close enough for me.
I mean,
and also it is a 3D. If it really bothers me, I'll reprint them and just shrink them by 92% or whatever it needs to be.
Yeah.
But no, they're nice looking minis.
So
why freaking bought them? Again, I almost called him Warm at Walkabout Games.
So what was I saying? Oh, Atomic Mass Game. So Asmodee took all of the Star Wars miniature game stuff and moved it from Fantasy Flight, which they own, over to Atomic Mass Games, which they own. So
didn't Asmodee just have a $1 billion deal go south or something along those lines? They were just bought. Asmodee was bought by another larger company.
It was?
Yeah.
All I know is a couple last year, 18 months ago, 2 years ago, something like that, they bought Miniature Market and people were losing their shit about it.
Yeah, well, they have been acquired, from what I understand, for like $1 billion. Asmodee.
Huh. Well, okay, we're going to set this aside because fast breaking news.
So real quick, while you're doing that, go ahead and you can see the range of size miniatures I'm doing. Yeah, Embracer, thank you. $3 billion. Okay, I knew it was a lot.
Embracer Group completes the acquisition of Asmodee. $3.01 billion. So yeah, Asmodee is a huge company.
Yeah.
By the very fact that they just coughed up, whoever Embracer is, coughed up $3.01 billion for them.
And expect to make money. Obviously, you don't buy a company kind of cash just because you want a few miniatures or games or whatever.
It's 96% majority acquisition of Asmodee Group for an initial day one consideration of approximately 2.75 billion euros, 3.1 billion American dollars, 2.4 billion euros in cash, and 40,060,091 B shares in Embracer worth approximately 350 million in euros.
Yeah. Okay. So $2 billion in cash. How many buckets is that? I mean, they had to walk a lot of money into that building.
That's a lot of buckets.
Yeah. Literally. Now I know it's all electronic. But could you imagine back in the 1800s that would have been a trainload of cash?
Yeah.
Hey, I picked up that train. I want to do a train robbery. I think that might be the story, is that somebody bought a huge game company in the West and all the money is on that train and the banditos are going to go get it. Just like that scenarios.
So this is actually a year ago.
Yeah, no, I knew it wasn't yesterday because apparently
Um,
there was a deal that um, Embracer. It was some sort of agreement. Was it the Average Gamer or who? I forgot the guy's name. He has a web channel. He does all sorts of videos on Kickstarters. Um, and I'm slaughtering his name, but he did a video a couple days ago where he talks about Embracer had some $1 billion deal that was a handshake kind of deal or a verbal, and it fell apart. So anyway,
um,
and I know
yeah,
you're doing what you can to get Wiley Games into that stratosphere. So we just got to keep playing Fistful of Lead.
right. Um, so it was just an acquisition. It wasn't a. They're not they're Embracer is not coming in and restructuring the company. It was just, hey, we're going to buy you so you can give us a crap ton of money.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, there are companies out there that all they do is buy companies to flip them. Like people flip real estate. They buy a business with the sole purpose of um, turning around and flipping it because they think they found a deal or a company that's undervalued on the market, and they'll go out and buy it, maybe put in some better management, do a few things, have a few quarters where they're making money or trying to anyway, and then flip them. Yeah, Asmodee went pretty deep into taking a lot of board games and putting them onto digital. I think it was actually called Asmodee Digital. If I can be wrong on that. Don't believe everything I say, or even better, believe very little of what I say when it comes to news like this, because I'm just repeating shit that I hear.
so what I am seeing is what they're looking to close down are video game studios.
Okay. Video game industry is pretty cutthroat.
Yeah.
But it's because you get a title that like Rockstar Games with oh my god, their famous game. I'm totally drawing a blank. But that's on that grossed more money than the most popular movie, Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Like first week out of a few years ago, Grand Theft Auto just blew away the numbers of like the Titanic and any of these other big or whatever the big movies are. I'm not a big movie guy, but yeah. So video games is it's huge. It's a huge, huge, huge industry.
Yeah. This article is talking about it appears that Embracer's group's rampant buying spree may have happened too fast. It's now struggling to keep up with the responsibility and cost of its purchases. Embracer Group had a $2 billion mystery partnership plan to help bail it out, on top of a $1 billion investment from Saudi Arabia's investment fund that fell through at the last minute.
Okay, that's the one I didn't know all the details that I had heard about.
That news forced Embracer Group to lower its earnings projection down to a range of $655 million to 800 to a range of 655 to 840 million. So apparently, they were looking to their outlook was to be probably over, between 900 and 900 million to a billion.
Yeah, and then you see something like Games Workshop, and you wonder why Space Marines go for $80 or $60 for a box. There's money to be had out there, man. That's for dang sure.
Yeah. So, like I said, it looks more like they bought up these studios to get their video game components, and are probably going to spin off the board game and miniature game stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, when you give somebody $3 billion, you can do with it what you want.
exactly. So
Yeah, whether
all
we
right.
like it or not, they
Well,
put up a show.
back to what we're really talking about. Star Wars: The Mandalorian.
Well, okay,
Title
let's
here.
now complete transparency. That model cost you what, 250 million, right? I mean, that's a serious model.
This model here cost me fucking nothing.
I'm sorry, my jokes are stale today.
Well, actually, this model it cost Disney $4 billion.
When they made the movie?
No, when they bought the rights from Lucas.
Oh, okay, yeah. Now that sounds like a deal now, because
shit, yeah, it does.
You can recognize Star Wars. Not that this is going to be GameFi night, but
so yeah.
Name three properties Asmodee has.
They've got.
Not that you can't do it. I'm just saying that you got to pause and think.
Hold on. No, but I'm asking, when you say properties, you're talking about IP, right?
Sure.
They've got Marvel.
Okay.
They've got Star Wars.
I didn't know Asmodee had Marvel. Shows you what I know.
Marvel.
That's huge.
They've got Star Wars. Asmodee owns
as games.
Huh?
Okay. As the games, but not the movies. That's Disney.
Yeah, Marvel has licensed these to Asmodee to create games.
Got it. Okay.
So Disney, but
that's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Okay. So Lord of the Rings, Marvel, Star Wars. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't follow it closely, so I don't know all of the IP that they've got licensed. But okay.
Asmodee is as big of a IP holder as Games Workshop when it comes to financials.
Okay. No, that I knew. I couldn't name off a lot of their properties.
And the only reason I know this is because Atomic Mass Games has Marvel Crisis Protocol, as that was their flagship game, and then now they've got Star Wars, all of the Star Wars miniatures.
The Marvel Crisis Protocol, that's a miniature game, right?
Yep.
I've never seen any of the miniatures. I know not that
much
about
they're beautiful miniatures. Again, they're big and they're expensive.
Okay.
So, for instance, a single miniature is like $35.
Wow. How many do you need? Is it like 4 or 5 or?
Yeah, it's similar to Fistful. But the point is, though, they're expensive as shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and they're also a huge distributor. That's why they wanted to purchase Miniature Market, is for the distribution and warehouse. If you buy something in North America from an Asmodee, that Asmodee is under the umbrella, it's getting shipped out of St. Louis.
Okay. No, that all makes sense. All that infrastructure stuff that people find boring is where the money's made.
Yep.
I mean, Amazon.
So yeah, this is how you build the ships. I like that. It's very much like a Lego instruction set.
Oh, nice and colorful.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, but that's from Bandai.
No. This is
No.
from.
Okay, that's not the Bandai kit then. Okay.
No, yeah, this is the paper kit.
Yeah, put a link in the description. I want to check that out.
I'll have to figure it. I'll have to find it.
Okay.
It does. It did have craft glue with it. I have no idea where the little bottle went.
Yeah, I actually bought some. Let me find it here real quick to do models with. There you go. Tacky glue.
Yeah.
To do model builds with. This is supposed to be the good stuff.
Yeah, tacky glue is good stuff. Anyway, I just use Elmer's because I've got like a fucking gallon of it that we got at a clearance sale for like $1.
Yeah.
It's the type. It's what the schools will buy to refill their individual bottles.
Oh, okay.
You
got a 50-gallon drum.
No. I got a gallon jug of white glue.
That's ambition right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got each part numbered, so you know exactly what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then
at some point in time, I'm going to put some paper builds on my builds channel.
So and then I have not broken this out yet. Let me.
Okay, I'm going to find a little piece of sandpaper. I'll be back. I'm going to wander around and find stuff.
Okay. Don't play any of those on computer. We'll gladly watch the movies or play the board games or card games. You also are a huge distributor. Yep. I also have to deal with them as a store owner. Yeah. And then Asmodee used to listen to Dice Tower People some time ago, and I might be remembering wrong, but back then they were concerned with Asmodee grabbing up so much. I believe that's what I remember. Yeah, specifically they were freaking out about. What's funny is that it happened like months before. They were freaking about Miniature Market because Miniature Market's not a distributor in and of themselves. They are now because of Asmodee, but yeah. Anyway, so here is what one of the plates looks like, and it's a good thickness.
Yeah, no, that's a professional paper kit, dude.
Yeah, this is not, when I say it's a paper model, it's actually almost corrugated. Is it? I think it. I don't know. I don't think it's corrugated, but it might be. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So, he posted pics of the Razor Crest on Discord.
Okay, everybody's going to Discord now.
I'll share it, folks. I'll share it.
Okay.
Oh shit, dude! Yeah. Let me. Okay. Present. They're having a lot of fun over there.
Well, you can hear my neighbors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
You want me to shut the door?
No, you're fine. There you go. That's a paper kit.
I'm going to shut the door anyway.
All right.
I don't want to distract too much. Yeah, just got to be careful in case a fire breaks out.
Right. So yeah, there it is. It looks to be the same company, and
there's a whole subculture of paper modelers out there, and it's amazing some of the stuff that gets built.
I think they gave the Boba Fett's ship is 1/60th scale. Yeah, and unfortunately, they call it Boba Fett's Starfighter instead of Slave One, for various reasons that we won't delve into. But I'm betting. Let's see, how long is it? It is. God, my eyes are getting bad. I had my eyes checked. I need to go get. I gotta go get new glasses because I'm having a difficult time reading this here. Okay, so it's 6 inches long. No. 17.59 inches long by, looks like 14 inches wide by 6 inches tall.
Okay.
So,
That's a decent size model.
Yeah. So I'm if it's 17 inches long, that
She's gonna cry for a week.
Right. 17 and a half long. Oh yeah, that should scale nicely. That'll scale nicely with the Star Wars Legion models. So, all right. So yeah, that gives me even more reason to build it. Now, which is going to be kind of cool because I've had a thought of doing a scenario, Fistful of Lead, of course, Galactic Heroes, Star Wars, on Cloud City.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Come on. Get back in the box. You hunk of garbage. All right, there we go. So yeah, that would be a nice set piece for that. All right, let's take a look at Boba Fett. Now, as
you
stated,
still got Discord dominating the screen, boss.
Thank you. So now we got Boba Fett. As you said, it's a Bandai kit.
Yeah, because their instruction manuals are. I have yet to run into one that's not beautiful. Let me just say that they put an effort into theirs.
So yeah, it's all in, I believe, Chinese with American or English subtitles. Well, English. And yeah, it's a good looking. Yeah, it's a good looking. Good looking.
How tall is that?
It's 1/12 scale, so he's going to be
8 inches.
Well, I don't know.
Well, it might say in the kit.
Got a color guide. Carefully read the instructions first. So 1 inch is 12 inches. Yeah, 1 inch on the model is 12 inches in real life. So if he's 6 feet tall,
It'd be 6 inches.
Be 6 inches, right?
Yeah. And then you might have a base. He's got a helmet on, so
Yeah.
that could be close to 7, 8 inches. Okay, somewhere 6 to 8 inches,
Yeah.
somewhere in there. Okay.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the components here.
Now, is this a non-glue kit? Is this the reason I ask? Is a lot of the Gundam, they've got the multicolor
Right.
sprues, and most of them are just snapped together, or you don't have to use glue. So I grabbed the two kits that I got from Bandai that I'm going to be building, and they're part of their, what is it called? 30-minute sisters, or 30-minute missions. I got a pretty cool piece of armor here. And these at some point will go on my builds channel.
It doesn't say if it is a non-glue kit or not.
Well, look at the instructions. Don't.
It doesn't say.
Okay. I wouldn't be surprised.
More than likely, it is a non-glue kit.
They are masters at putting these beautiful kits together that you just snap together. And it's not like it's a bad thing, right? It's not like, oh, that's a snap together. No, these are gorgeous kits that they just engineered to the point that you don't.
Technically, my Star Trek ships were snap tights. I used glue on them anyway. I have a feeling that it is a snap type because it looks like you can put them into different poses.
Okay, yeah, then at least those parts are. With the two kits that I just showed, they have a number of kits in the line, and you can customize by, if you have two different kits, you can swap the parts across, which is kind of the same with the Gundam kit.
So here is, shit. Don't lose those. Those are the decals.
I'll give you an update on my massive tank I've been working on too, because that kind of fits into the theme of this show.
All right, cool. So this is a single sprue, injection mold, multicolored.
Yeah, I love they do that. It's like I wish more companies did that with military kits, like Tamiya. Not that I'm not going to paint over in any way, but
right.
And that's why, because they just expect you're going to snap it together. You don't need to paint it. They just lower the barrier to entry with some of these kits.
Yeah, and it looks like the connectors are very, very small, very, very tight. So using good side nippers will keep you from having to actually do any sanding.
Right. Do you got those $60 nippers?
No, I got $4 nippers that do just as good.
Well, I don't know if they do just as good, but they do the job well enough. Yeah, at some point, just because I'm like that, I'll end up dropping $60 on a pair of nippers. But
So that's
yeah, I got the free ones that come in other kits. that I use.
So this is the only sprue that's multicolored.
Okay.
All the other sprues are single color. That's very interesting. Very interesting. So yeah, I think this is going to be a fun little kit to put together.
Yeah, I can't wait to see when you get it finished.
It's probably not going to take real long to do.
Now, is that the one you're going to use with the, what's it called? Fistful of the space one, the Gladiator one. Is that model going to be using that?
No, because it's going to be this damn tall. No.
You just need to find somebody you can fight.
Yeah. Like Darth Vader or some shit like that.
I think it'd be Boba Fett turns into Godzilla. You get a bunch of 15 mils, use the ogre rules. Instead of ogre, you got huge Boba Fett. Right. It's a Boba Fett in the land of Lilliputians.
Now, this is interesting. This is the Razor Crest kit from Bandai, and there's the instructions.
Wow. Huh.
On the inside of the box. Because there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of... Well, that's interesting. For customers in Japan only. They're supposed to cut this out and I guess send it in. Let's see what it says.
Well, you're not in Japan. You're not supposed to be doing that, boss.
I just want to see what it says.
You're breaking the rules.
Breaking the law. Breaking the law. Excuse me. All right. Select all. Translate. Parts order card vehicle model 018 Razor Crest. Count the symbol, number, and quantity for the necessary parts. The reason why it was ordered, surrounded by, I guess, quotes, created, and last phone number that can be contacted during the day. Yeah. So basically, if you live in Japan, and you come up with a bad part, you can tell them that, for instance, like it's A1 part 5 needs to be replaced, and why, and they'll send it to you.
Nice.
So there you go. There's the color guide. Small parts may easily get damaged or lost. Handle with care. Tweezers are recommended for handling the parts. Tools are not included. Fair enough. For a more lifelike finish, refer to the color guide. Use of water-based paint is recommended for safety reasons. The color blending is shown for reference, and the actual color may differ from the image. Find your color blending with reference to various materials. The information is current as of July 2021. Intricate processing may create small differences in parts during manufacturing.
Isn't it strange you have to put all of that disclaimer on there? You think if you've done enough kits, you'd already know this?
Yeah. Caution, read the following instructions before use. The product is for 15-year-old and up. Is that chronological or mental? Or emotional? Not suitable for children under this age. This product contains small parts. Be careful to prevent children from accidentally swallowing them in order to avoid choking. Pay attention to sharp parts and edges. Handle and store them with care to avoid injury. Never cover your face with a plastic bag to avoid suffocation.
Oh my God.
Do
I
not
think that
use it.
needs to be a disclaimer for this show going forward.
Oh, never cover your face with a plastic bag to avoid suffocation? Yeah.
Yes.
And do not use adhesive in a poorly ventilated room to prevent poisoning by the fumes.
See, now that I don't have as much of a problem with as the don't suffocate yourself.
Which might lead into the whole bag thing because the Japanese are fucking weird. I love their culture and the people, and the food is amazing.
Yep.
But they've got some weird kinks that we're not going to go into.
No, let's not.
Acknowledge
and move on.
Walkabout says he got a box of 20 nippers for $8 Canadian off of Wish. Until Micah says there's a video that does a comparison for the specialty cutters and the cheap ones. I don't think the most expensive ones were the winner. Mike says,
this is all about branding. I mean, I'm sure some of them are really good, but that just seems like a lot of money.
Mike says my dog ate it in reference to why I need to have the part replaced. Problem arises when grandma buys a kit for grandson. Fair enough. Walkabout Game says OMG lol, referring to the plastic bag. They say that because people have actually suffocated themselves with bags. Yes, because people are into auto asphyxiation for
a few minutes anyway.
We're going to keep this shit PG-13, man.
Well, hey, they're only into it for a short period of time.
Yeah, exactly. 3 to 5 minutes in most cases.
Yeah.
So I know Total Mike says, let's please get into it. I know what he's referring to, but we're going to ignore that and get into building this model. Because this is NotJay builds, not NotJay looks at a fucking model and puts it away. So
it wouldn't. Well, then this would be NotJay's show of shame.
Exactly.
Because we all have a pile.
No, my pile of shame is bigger than Smaug's pile of gold.
So, not to call you out or anything, but I'm going to kind of call you out. Did you ever finish your Nimitz game? Maybe you had and I missed it.
No.
Okay.
I put it away. I brought U.S. Civil War back out. It's probably going to get put away, and Philippine Sea is going to go up.
I've got a couple of videos. I need to get back onto that game. I'm still suffering from the shiny object syndrome of getting back into the hobby, and there's just so much stuff.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I'm not going to keep apologizing for it because we all do it, but yeah, it's I need to focus a little bit more. But
all right, here we go. We're cracking in on this.
And which one is actually getting built?
The Razor Crest, because it looks.
Oh, okay, the last one you looked at.
Yeah, because it looks. I mean, it's 2 sprues plus a sprue for the stand.
Oh, okay.
And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 20 parts, not counting the stand.
Oh, okay. So that's what for you? That's about a 2-hour build.
Yeah. We'll be here till midnight.
Did you clear your workspace of any plastic bags just to double check?
Yeah, I won't suffocate. Don't worry.
Okay. I'm just got you back, boss. I'm just making sure.
No, it's all good. Mike says, I'm an American. I say smog. Dang it, not Smaug.
Smaug sounds funner.
Exactly.
A Smaug monster.
Smaug. All right. Well, you know what? They do a pretty good job of taking. There's not a whole lot there to clip off.
Yeah,
You like
Bandai
this?
makes good kits on all levels, all price points.
Now this one, um, and I should not be doing what I'm doing, but I should not be cutting towards myself. This kit
Well, they
comes
didn't have
in.
it in the instruction manual, did not say not to do that. So I think you're okay.
Yeah, well, I'm a Boy Scout, and no, I should not. Um, this kit's only retail at probably Hobby Lobby for $19.99.
Yeah,
So
it's a
$20.
good value. That's a good value.
Now, what'll be interesting to note is how it stacks up size wise to my Star Wars X-wing models.
Yeah.
Because that'll be nice. Probably, I probably should put some white down because this is awful dark. All right, is that better?
Other than being blurry, yes.
There we go. How's that? Oh, you got to be. It doesn't like the white. Son of a bitch. Here, let me give it something to focus on. There we go. Jesus. Stupid ass. Let's see. Smaug the dragon. Yeah, Smaug the dragon. Tomika says Smaug the chump. One arrow. Done. Legendary arrow though. Yeah, it was a legendary arrow. Dude, that thing was the size of a Sidewinder missile. I mean, let's be fair. At least in the movie. I don't know about the book because I never. Well, no, that was in The Hobbit. I read The Hobbit like twice, maybe 3 times. I don't remember that part though. Sorry. The fact that that movie was, or yeah, that book was made into a movie that, or 3 movies, is just ridiculous. All right.
Were they good movies, or they just
I mean,
stretched it for content because of what it was?
they
I mean, if it's 3 good movies, that's fine, right?
the movies were good, but I don't know. There is some stuff that was added that was unnecessary, in my opinion.
Okay.
Everybody's, well, it's just a money grab. Of course, it's a money grab. That's why they make movies, to make money. So, I
know, right?
Oh, it's just fan service. Yeah, it's fan service. They want people that like the shit to come see it. Of course, it's fan service. Yeah, Peter. He's Eric says money grab for sure. Now, and I'm not making fun of you, Eric, because what you're saying is accurate. It is. And what Eric says, money grab for sure. It could have been done in 2. I think it could have easily been done in 1. Now, would some of the stuff that was in there, it was in the book, been cut out? Sure, but I guess 2 wouldn't have been bad. 3 was just Mike says Peter Jackson was so overindulgent, turning elves into superheroes. Yeah, it thoroughly unnecessary in my opinion. Okay, now we need to find A11 and A14. So is this okay? So this is the bottom. This is the bottom. Okay. A11 goes to 1. Eric C says 3 was way over the top. Agreed. But he did it because he had the trilogy of Lord of the Rings, so he wanted the trilogy of The Hobbit. Overindulgent? Sure. But,
Well, I didn't see any one of those films.
they're not bad.
I read the book once. I enjoyed it.
Let me say this about the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I enjoyed the movies better than the books.
Okay.
There, I said it. Oh yeah, that's going in there nice.
As long as you don't get doxxed, I think you're safe.
I'll dox my damn self. I live in Illinois. Come at me. Come at me, bro.
Now, I saw the first 2 and had no gumption to see the third one. Not for any reason other than I was bored with the story. There, I said that.
Yeah. Original Lord of the Rings was great. Now, when you say original Lord of the Rings was great, are you referring to the Peter Jackson trilogies, or are you talking about the Ralph Bakshi animated from the 80s? Because that shit was fire. And I agree. The Peter Jackson stuff was good. Again, I liked or if you're talking about the books, you're wrong. Like I said on Wednesday, I'm not going to yuck anybody's yum, but that I dragged myself through Fellowship of the Rings. I slogged through uh, Two Towers, and I could not finish The King and I, or whatever it's called, the Return of the King. I couldn't do it.
Oh, that's what that was, the third in the trilogy, was Return of the King.
Yeah,
I thought that was an Elvis movie.
yeah, it wasn't.
No. Okay. Well, I'll show myself out.
Oh man, this is a good man. Bandai's got their shit square.
Oh, dude, I've done a few Bandai kits.
This
and
is
I'm
the
telling
first
you.
Bandai kit I've ever done.
Oh no, Bandai does quality.
I like the books. I just ignored all the songs and poems and endless lore backstory stuff. Dude, if you got rid of that, it would have been a fucking pamphlet.
Oh, wait,
And the
wait.
whole
So
Tom
there's songs.
Bombadil.
Is it now Lord of the Rings the musical? I
No, no,
might be
no, no.
interested in.
Lord of the Rings in the book. The books.
Oh, I'm just saying, if there was a musical, I might be interested.
Yeah, you can have it. No thanks.
I know you're not a musical dude, but
Well,
I grew up watching them because my mom had them on all the time, and I just have a soft spot for good musicals.
Again, I enjoy. I enjoy good show tunes,
Yep.
but in the setting of a movie, and I would probably enjoy going to a stage production of a musical,
Uh-huh.
like West Side Story or something like that.
Uh-huh.
But in the movie set, and I've attempted to explain this previously and have failed miserably.
Actually, I figured it out.
People
Because
don't
Oklahoma was such a big, popular musical, and there isn't one that's called Texas.
It has nothing to do with that, other than Oklahoma sucks.
So it has something to do with that.
You want to know why all the trees in Texas lean north? Because Oklahoma sucks. Actually, that's what got me, Mike, referring to the poems and songs and all that bullshit. Books were decent for the time they were written, for sure. I don't know. I know why the books were written the way they were written. I get it. I understand. Um, I get what he was getting at, and by he I mean Tolkien. Um, but yeah, it's mm, yeah, not as far as the books go. Not I'm not a I'm not a big windmill. I'm not a giant fan.
Oh, there we go. I was trying to make the connection.
All right. How do these go together? Oh, thusly.
Oh,
The other thing is how they've designed this is it looks like wherever the sprue connectors are will be hidden.
oh
So
yeah,
it doesn't have to so it doesn't have to be super clean.
like I said, they there's I don't know how many kits they make. It's probably into the thousands now, but um, they've got it down.
Oh man. This is gonna look so good.
You're gonna get spoiled.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. The USS Texas from Trumpeter, beautiful model, beautiful parts. There, there's a lot of things that they could have done differently.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the hell? Uh, I'm getting text messages from random people,
Okay, that's weird.
and by random people is like people I don't know. Because last time I checked, I'm not Anna.
Go in there.
Um, yeah, Eric, I did finish USS Texas. I have not painted her yet, but here she is. And she is beautiful.
It's cool looking, dude.
Let me unbiggen myself here.
Yeah.
Pardon me while I whip this out. There you go.
Good job, boss.
For the first time ever doing the photo etch,
Yeah.
I think I did a pretty good job because I've never done photo etch before.
Oh, it's easy to just throw it away because it's
Well,
so.
that's I was about to with this fucking yard arm bullshit right here. Um,
It's
but
so fiddly, which is what they build them that way on purpose because people like that challenge. But yeah, when you're first starting out, it can get
yeah.
on your nerves real quick.
Thank you, Eric. I appreciate it. Okay. Oh shit, this is. I'm not buying any other model kits ever again other than Bandai. The
I
rest of
told
them
you you're
can
gonna get spoiled, dude.
the rest of them can go blow goats. Um, all right. Make sure I got everything off of here. Everything is off of here. All right. Engine A. 11 and 12. No, so with musicals, I appreciate the music. Um, in most cases, I appreciate the music. There's
Right.
some pieces of music that just are annoying as hell, like all of the Sound of Music.
Oh, really?
Oh God, they're inane. Don't get me wrong. I love Julie Andrews. She's got a beautiful voice. She's a beautiful woman. But Do Re Mi song and
No, a deer, a female deer.
no, it's
Ah,
Dough, the stuff that buys my beer.
Oh, I like that.
Ray, the guy who serves my beer. Me, the guy who drinks my beer. Fa, a long way to the John. So I'll have another beer. T, no thanks, I'm having beer. La, I'll have another beer.
Apparently, you
Brings
do like
back to
musicals.
dough, the stuff. That is old school Renfest sing along right there. So no, I
Oh, you know what? Right. Clip that, make that a short for your channel.
shit.
That's going to bring the crowds in. They're going to say, oh my God, NotJay's a vocalist? He's a crooner.
Shit. If I was a tenth of as cool as somebody like fucking what's his name? Um,
Hexy?
no. Um, actual, real world cool, not our little niche cool. Dean Martin.
Okay.
If I was a tenth as cool as Dean Martin, I would not have half the problems I got right now.
Right? Yeah, Dean Martin was pretty cool.
7 and 8.
The problem I had with musicals is when I started getting older and going out in the real world, nobody just randomly broke into song.
See, and that is why I've got a problem with it in movies. Because when I watch a movie, and people have argued this with me before, and they can have their beliefs, I'll have my beliefs, whatever, is that when I go to a movie, I want to have a suspension of disbelief that this could happen in reality.
Right.
Now, yes, I'm aware that there's not Dark Lords of the Sith and light speed X-wing fighters flying all over hither and yon out in a.
I'm going to agree with you 100%. I know what you're saying.
But it's when somebody breaks out into song and dance, it doesn't randomly happen. Even when there are flash mobs, which exist, and I think those are cool, they don't just randomly happen. They're set up to an extent. Now, do other people join in that might not have been initially part of the flash mob? Sure.
Yeah.
Because they want to have fun too, and I'm all for that. But a perfect example in one of my favorite musical movies, The Blues Brothers, when they go down to Ray's Music Emporium and he starts playing the piano and the entire fucking block breaks out into Baby Shake Your Tail Feather and everybody's dancing a choreographed dance, that shit doesn't happen. Now,
but when you have a movie that's about a band,
yeah, no,
you're going to have music in it,
and that's why I'm okay with it.
Yeah, no, I get your point.
It does take me out of the realm of possibility, but I'm okay with it because it, where I've got a problem is something like.
Put him on a timeout.
I'm going to start singing when I go to the mailbox. Hey, is my package here? I hope, but I have fears. Perhaps it's there. Perhaps it was packed without care. I have no idea what
the tune
would even be on that. Sorry.
So your point about it could happen in real life. That's why I struggle and don't go to see Marvel movies with X-Men. But my two favorite fictional characters are James Bond and Batman, because they were human that just basically their superpower was cash. Or
Right.
in James Bond's case, his employer was a government that gave him all the cool toys.
Right.
And so that could happen. So as a kid, I was like, I could be
You could end up being James Bond.
maybe, or I might be, rich enough that I could have the Batmobile. But I'm never ever going to shoot spider webs out of my wrist. And if I do, I'm probably going to get cured because I don't know what the hell that would be in real life. And so
Right.
your point is well taken. Mine's just but I can watch things and suspend disbelief because going in that it's a story about things that aren't real.
Right.
And you buy into the premise and then it's fine.
Yeah. So you would be okay with Iron Man movies.
Yep. No, I would be okay with X-Men. I just never got into it. Like Transformers. My point is, when I was younger, that's why I didn't get into the X-Men. It's like I'm never going to be a mutant. That hopefully, if maybe I am and I don't know it, but it was more of. And so then when the movies came out, I just wasn't interested. That's supposed to be our secret. Anyway, but so I get your point 100%, and I can respect it on those grounds.
Now, again, going to if it's presented...
Now triple X movies, I'm totally down with, and always have been. But the single X, I was like, I don't get it.
Triple X, the Vin Diesel movies.
Porn.
Oh, well, you said triple X.
Porn.
Oh.
I'm old enough that's what it was called when I was a kid.
The internet's for porn.
Yeah. Well, this is pre-internet, dude.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
No, but that is a song from the musical Avenue Q. The internet is for porn.
Oh.
Avenue Q is a spin up, a send off of Sesame Street. Look it up. It's got some pretty cute songs in it.
Okay.
And one of them is "The Internet is for Porn."
So I've been building this beast.
They haven't made a single good X-Men movie, in my opinion. I think the original X-Men movie was okay. But yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down. Stop singing. Frank and Bing are spinning in their graves. Hey, they shouldn't have died.
So this has been fun. Many hours on the printer, though.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. That thing's gargantuan.
Oh yeah. So here's one of them 32 mil dudes.
Now is your tank commander up there? Is he printed in there, or can you remove him? Oh, outstanding! Because if you take him out and just put a closed hatch, you now can make that into a 15 or 6 millimeter ogre.
Like that?
Yeah.
So, do you recognize this?
Hold on. He looks like one of the Skullforge dudes.
Bingo. It was a misprint that I was able to keep the main part, and I just cut the bottoms off, and he fit. I'm like, done. He looks like a tank commander. He's pointing. He's got authority. It's a Skullforge.
Respect my authority.
So yeah, I got a few more weapons to do, and So I did these little side turrets, and they had backs on them. And I thought, oh, the backs would be cool. Problem is you can't spin it when you put it in where it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so I reprinted those, which is the nice thing about this. And I'm doing a video on the build, which I got to finish now that I've got all the bits and pieces and finished gluing it. But this is Ace, I think is the name of the company, the Patreon. And a lot of this is interchangeable. Like this lower part, if you want a different top, you can get a different, they'll sell it separately. But this, yeah, with the magnets and the whole bit. So this has been a new adventure for me. And I made this all as one unit. I glued everything down here. But the guns on the side turrets, I'm going to glue all those down. The ones on the top that can rotate and the one in the front, because I want them to rotate, I won't glue those down. And then this top piece, I may or may not glue down ultimately. And then the main weapon can be swapped out. I only printed 2 of them, but I like it with the long gun, and I like it with this really sci-fi looking weapon.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's been a fun build. And this kit was part of your $10 a month or $8 a month, whatever it is, Patreon. And yeah, 3D printed. And I've got a small 3D printer, one of the smaller ones. So this is designed in pieces, and the hull is in 4. You can see one of the midpoints and then in half. And so each piece, I think I did one on the back side. I can only fit one on a build plate, and they took about 5 to 6 hours. So this took a while, and I had a number of fails, but I'm on the home stretch now. So, and I've got what's cool with this particular Patreon, they give you this same model in 6 mil.
Oh, nice.
So you don't have to shrink it. You can just print up a bunch. And so you can do your futuristic wargaming with these. Now, your point of using this with Ogre is not a bad idea, actually. Using Ogre rules.
Right.
And then come up with some, maybe some of those, even the 6 mil tanks that they have to fight against it. Yeah, because I can easily take him out and then put the other one in. But so yeah, like I said, I've got the weapons to put in here. I'm going to assemble it. I'm going to paint it before I assemble the weapons on the side, so I can do a decent job on them on the back sides. So that's the only reason I don't have those glued in. But anyway. Yeah, like I said, I'll share more information on my builds channel when I get this build video up. The links to where the model is and some of the other models they have. Basically, they've taken some World War II silhouettes of tanks and made futuristic versions. They've got a cool looking Panther, and then they've got a Tiger version that they've done. And again, these are, put in your 40K world or whatever you want to, whatever sci-fi rule set you're using, which for me is Galactic Heroes, which I will spec this out with Galactic Heroes stat sheet, which I'm assuming, that they probably have an add-on for vehicles.
It's actually in the PDF.
Okay. And so I got I have the hardback of the Black Powder rules.
Yeah, the hard copy.
Yeah, and the second edition, but I've got the digital for Galactic Heroes. So
now, do you have just the basic, or did you get the Savior of the Universe?
I don't know. I didn't get a card deck because I just got it digital. I'll probably go back and get a hard copy of it. Because at some point I'm going to want to take. So what I'm going to do is I've got my Kill Team box, Octaria, whatever it is.
Right.
And it's got orcs in it, and I'm not a big orc fan, but it's got the humans, the Imperial, not the Imperial Guard, but they're really cool. I like those models. So I'm just deciding if I just go ahead and paint up the orcs and then just have a set of orcs, which is no big deal. And then play the kill team rules, but then also use the Galactic Hero rules and kind of do a comparison between the two using the GW models.
Right.
And terrain and all that, which clearly can be done. It's not like I'm doing something that's impossible or anything like that. It's more of just compare and contrast so you can see how the two different games play.
Right.
And one costs you a mortgage and the other one doesn't. So anyway.
Well, I am almost done with this kit, boys and girls.
From one extreme to another. I've been working on this kit. Like I said, it took quite a few hours of printing to get all the bits. And there is no nice instruction sheet. You kind of got to figure it out on the fly.
But things don't fly.
Not this one. Definitely not this one.
I mean, well, parts of T-72s do, like the turrets, when they get hit with javelins and TOW-2Bs. But, yeah, normally
they
things
weren't
don't fly.
designed to fly. Okay, so my...
Oh, javelins were designed to make them fly.
Oh, yeah.
I have done some big terrain and 28mm boats for Nam. It takes a while. Yeah, he's got some really good PBRs. And we're not talking about the crappy beer.
Well, I was going to ask you, Walkabout, I saw on 3D Breed, they've got their NAM offering, but it looks like right now you can only buy the $200, like it's just a new Kickstarter or something, and they haven't broken it down into bits and pieces. But they've got Brownwater Craft. Is that the one that you got or no? I know there's a delay before he can hear what I said.
Yeah. Walkabout says fly very high. Yeah, they do. Guys, this has been a pleasure to build.
Okay, so you have it, but that's not what you had done with the boats, because I knew you were telling me you were a what do you call it, an authorized printer of those products. So I assumed that you probably had them. So that recipe for gold, I tried it out as a bluing for a shotgun. I put silver down and then I put the blue speed paint over it.
Yep.
It's not quite what it needs to be, a little darker to be true weapon bluing, but it works for my miniatures. I'm going to count it as a win.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Done and dusted. Look at that. Nice.
On the little flying base.
Now you can paint that if you want.
You know what? I think I'm going to see if I can just, I would probably give it a dull coat. And then...
now, would that work as a model for that Kessel Run game you played at March to Victory?
I mean, yeah, it could.
Oh, so it's not too much out of scale.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're like in real life, but that seems about close.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a good looking little model.
Mike wants to know what the scale is of that.
Well, let me do some research. And by research, I mean I'm going to see what the real life Razor Crest is. Oh no, I want all. To Wikipedia. Let's see. She's 80 feet long in reality.
Oh, so Mike's probably right then. It's probably much smaller than the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not close. I was wrong.
It is. I'm assuming we don't count the guns on the length of it. It is. It's actually.
That would be like measuring from the bottom.
Yes. That's exactly what it is. It is 4.25 inches long. So if I let me get some mathing done here.
Walkabout thinks it's about 1/44.
I'm thinking you might be right. So if it's
Oh, I didn't realize we had math on this show. I'm out. See ya.
And it is 80 feet. 80 is 960. So 4.25 divided by 960. So 960 divided by 4.25. No, 2/25 scale. It's 2/25, which is not that far off of the 1/270th scale that the X-wing, uh, models are. So it should sit in nicely. That should sit in nicely with the with playing it with starfighters. Because it doesn't. Does it say on here actually? So yeah, 1/225th. Now they make a 1/144th scale Millennium Falcon. They make a 1/72nd scale X-wing fighter. But this one, yeah, they do not specifically state the scale on here. So going by what Wikipedia says, it being at 80 feet, and being that the model is 4.25 inches long, it's like 1/255th. So 1/255th, 1/256th. That's a decent looking little model. And yeah, I got to figure out where all these decals go. Or so, or are they actually stickers? Are they
Sometimes you
stickers?
get stickers.
They are stickers.
Yeah, I was going to say if they're decals, I'd be surprised. You can a lot of times with the Bandai stuff, at least on the Gunpla, you get stickers, and decals are like aftermarket or separate because they try to do it so that you can just build it. You know, these are like for 12-year-olds. The market,
15
okay, but
says so on the box.
legally, because if it's under that, then they've got to go through all sorts of testing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So sticker number 1. Shit, let's sticker this bitch up.
yeah, all my momentum got me to the point where I got these printed to primed, and now they're all gray. And I'm starting to think of color schemes because up to this point, there's no thinking involved. It's just assembly, cleaning, priming. Now I have to actually think. What do I want them to? What do I want them to look like?
What is that dog on about? Jesus. Don't get me wrong. I love my little dog. But, God, is she barky. Come on, stick. Stick, damn you, stick. They're not sticking.
I can't help you with that.
Oh, well, what are you going to do, right?
Yep. I wonder why they're not sticking though.
They're not very sticky stickers.
Telemachus suggests use a hammer.
Yeah.
It's not a bad suggestion. I mean,
All right. Are you sticking? Are you staying there? All right. So we'll do that later.
yeah.
Because I'm going to be focusing on it, and it'll be a whole lot of silence or Hissy trying to carry the fucking show, and I don't want that. Not that he couldn't, but
I know what you mean.
oh yeah, wash with IPA. Yeah, there's all kinds of fucking finger oils and bullshit on there.
That's a waste of a good beer.
Oh God, no, it's not. I, you know what? I got another friend.
And now wash it down with an IPA and then let it dry. Yeah. So go have a beer, come back, and
not. Yeah. I would when the first time I drank an IPA, I am not exaggerating. I almost puked.
Really?
It tastes like pine tar.
Huh.
I'm not a fan. I am not a fan of.
If you don't like the taste of hops, you won't like IPAs because they are very hoppy.
I like a little. Yeah, I don't like the bitterness in beers. I like a little bit of bitterness on the back end, but not. Yeah, told Mike it's a summer skunk piss. Yeah, I mean it's. I might as well dunk one of those tree, pine tree,
pine cone.
No, the fucking air freshener, car air freshener in some water and drink that shit.
Oh, like a tea bag.
You're right.
Tea bag and air freshener.
In fact, I think that's where the Indians came up with it. You know, it's an India Pale Ale. No, it's a fucking tree freshener from their taxi cab.
Come on, it's not that bad,
Dude. They taste like George Brett's hands.
All the pine tar. Got it. Hey, I got it.
You got, if you know, you know.
No.
Hey, Mike, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, boss.
The reason why Warmut has not joined us is he is up in beautiful northern Arizona.
Arizona is a beautiful state. I'm not going to lie. Now, I will say this. Traveling around as a kid with my dad and the neighbor, we moved around and drove through with a camper. There are beautiful places all over this country. You know, I joke, California, blah, 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 blah. That's just for fun. But there's so many beautiful places in this country.
What's that?
I'm just saying there's so many beautiful places in the country.
I
sometimes make, hey, California this, California that, but that's just joking. Not that California hasn't.
No. There are some very, very lovely places in California. I've only seen them from 30,000 feet in the air.
Because what's actually cool is I've actually flown over Yosemite on a flight and looked down at 30,000 feet at Yosemite, and it's beautiful from that view too. And you can see it because the cliffs are pretty 3,000 feet vertical face on El Cap, or close to 3,000.
Yeah, and then you got Half Dome.
Yeah.
Of all the states that I've ever visited or lived in, they all have nice features, but I got to be honest, the best place in the world, in my opinion, to where I have actually visited, where I've actually stood, is northern Minnesota in the summertime.
Oh, really?
It's 75, 80 degrees, nice cool breeze off of the lake. Sun is bright. It stays light until fucking 10:30, so you can do shit all day long.
Yeah.
The water is by early to mid August, the water in the lake has warmed up to a nice 72 degrees. It's 75 or 80 degrees out, so the air temperature is close to the water temperature, so it's comfortable. Yeah, and this is from the guy born and raised in Texas. Like Walkabout Game says, Texas is gorgeous away from the big cities. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, that's kind of my point. You can go through every state and you can find beauty.
Yeah. Now there are some you can't.
I think you'd be hard pressed. Quite honestly,
there is nothing beautiful about Kansas or Nebraska.
Really? Is it just flat?
Fucking flat and wheat all over the fuck. And in Nebraska, it's flat and pigs.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. I have not, if I've been through those states, it may have been passing through and I don't have any memory of it. So I'll take your word on it.
Exactly. Because there is nothing in Kansas or Nebraska that says, oh, wow. Now there's nice scenery there. But it's just, meh.
Oh,
even Oklahoma.
After 20 minutes, you're like, okay, is there anything else to look at? One of those kind of feelings.
Yeah.
See, we will get you to San Diego at some time to get on the midway there, and I'll take you to a few places around San Diego, and it's just, oh my God, you want some sunset on the beach? Got it.
Oh
You want to
yeah,
get a little high desert? You drive up the road a bit, you got some high desert.
yeah.
You want some border action? Drive south a little bit.
No, cows and corn is Illinois, Charles. Can't swing a dead fucking rodent without hitting corn in this bitch. I can literally go to my front door right now, look that it literally look that direction, and I see a cornfield. That is
Now, are corn
less.
prices reasonable? Like when you go to the store, you buy popcorn or corn snacks?
No, because the corn that we sell is feed corn.
No.
Or the corn we grow here is feed corn. We don't. Now there are some places that grow sweet corn, but that's not the corn crop of choice around here.
Okay.
Corn crop of choice around here is what they call feed corn, seed corn, or dent corn. All the same thing.
Okay.
It's corn used to grind up. It's industrial corn.
Right. Well, so Walkabout says worst place was Detroit. I think to his point earlier, I don't want to get into politics, but I will just say that I used to go to San Francisco and it was a beautiful city. And nowadays you go there and it's lost that because of the situation and you get in the cities. And so, yeah, Detroit, any big city is probably going to have that urban, what do we want to call it? Smell? Well, not smell, but just yeah.
Yeah.
Leave it at that. Yeah, it's just big cities nowadays, they're just not as beautiful as the country.
There are some cities like Kansas City and St. Louis are pretty cities.
San Francisco is gorgeous. You've got on one side the view of the ocean. You look north, you got the Golden Gate Bridge. You look east, you got the East Bay and all of that. The only thing that doesn't really have a view is if you're looking south, and it's gorgeous. I mean,
yeah.
You've ever seen the Golden Gate Bridge with the sunset going underneath it? I mean, that's a sight. So,
but to that point, Houston is ugly.
So Walkabout, we don't call it San Fran, dude. That's like a faux pas. It's either San Francisco or the city.
The city. That's like Ohio State calling it the university.
Okay, Journey. When the lights go down in the city.
Yeah, about singing by Corpus Christi. The sun goes down on the bay. That's Corpus Christi. I know they're from San Francisco, so they're singing about San Francisco. But
no, it's just no. I've got proof. I have my Warriors hat that says the city on it. So there's I got facts to back up my because it's printed on a baseball hat. There's my facts.
Oh yeah, Golden State Warriors weren't shit until Iguodala was there.
Curry is what made that team.
Yeah,
Curry and Thompson.
Remember, Andre Iguodala's mom was one of my best customers.
I know. And he was a big factor in them.
Oh, yeah.
Now, keep in mind, I was a Warrior fan for many, many years, long before they were winning, and I would go watch them lose and lose and lose, and I still supported that team. So I enjoyed their run.
I'm the same way with my Spurs. I was a Spurs fan from day one when I was born. You know, I can't say that because being fresh out of the birth canal, you know exactly shit because it was dark and then it's light and there's people around you with masks and you're getting hit and it's scary as fuck.
Welcome to the world.
Yeah, right. Welcome to the world. Get used to it.
I still have days like that where I wake up and people are staring at me with masks and they're hitting me. And I'm like, what? I'm innocent. I didn't do anything.
You're supposed to close down your OnlyFans camera when you go to sleep.
I forget to do that all the time.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that on your Twitch feed.
Uh, hey, there's a T-shirt. That's a saying for a T-shirt.
Not supposed to do that on your Twitch feed. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah. So Charles brings up the fog on the Golden Gate Bridge. Before they put a median on that there were so many head-on accidents. That was very common because people commute across the Golden Gate Bridge. I don't know if it's not just
from Marion County.
Yeah, and so now they have depending on the flow of traffic, they have a machine that goes out and moves one of the lanes. It just moves it wider, so you got 3 lanes and 2 or whatever it is.
Yeah,
but before that was a serious problem. You get fog and people driving the highway speeds, literally, bam! You just drift a little, and next thing you know, you're hitting somebody. It was a problem. Yeah. But those are, a lot of the stuff that was built back in the 60s or 50s, and whenever the Golden Gate Bridge went up, and cars didn't travel typically that fast, right? I mean, 30s. It was a little slower speed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Check my math.
But yeah, so now, like I said, I'm glad that I drove through Nebraska in the middle of the night, because it smelled, holy shit, because it was nonstop pig farms.
Okay.
And I don't know if you've ever been at a pig farm, but oh my God.
Well, when I drive 5, it basically goes up and I'm going to oversimplify it. It goes up the middle of the state, and it's just farmland. It's a little closer to the mountains on the western side of the state, but there is an area, I think it's Coalinga, where there's a huge cattle ranch. And even with
I hate those rattle canches.
But even with the windows up, when you go through there, you smell it.
Yeah.
So you can always tell if I'm in the car sleeping and somebody else is driving, I'm like, oh, Coalinga.
But just like in West Texas with all the fucking oil rigs, it smells like money.
Yeah. Well, California's huge on agriculture, so it's all over the place, especially in the valley. But
yeah, it's here. I'm gonna check something. Hold on 1 second, boys. I'm going to share with you.
I'm going to go grab.
Go grab.
Just to get a little bite to eat. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, boss.
That's okay. Old Chestnuts in the house says Nebraska has 3 million hogs. I have 23 million. Don't talk to me about smells, dude. I know, man. We got a fair amount here in northeast Missouri and west central Illinois. Because, well, we sell the feed to them. Here we go. Man, she wants some of that.
Yeah. Remember, this is the chili. She just needs the beans. She eats the sauce.
I'll give her some. Here you go, little girl.
So this is at my lake cabin in Minnesota.
Oh, nice.
It's our dock and our
When you say ours, is that
sailboat.
family owned?
Yeah, it's my grandmother's family, my dad's mom.
Mm-hmm.
She was born in Red Lake Falls, Minnesota. Her dad, back in 1922, came down to White Earth Lake and bought the entire bay from a uh, legally um, a, a, an Indian woman of legal age with legal title to the land,
Mm-hmm.
because it's smack dab in the middle of an Indian reservation. And we've had to go to court several times over the last 100 years to prove each time that it was sold to the family legally. But White Earth Lake, which is the lake you're seeing here, is registered as the third cleanest lake in all of Minnesota.
Wow. Okay, precious.
Here you like sunsets?
I do.
Who doesn't?
There's a good sunset.
That's beautiful.
Let me see if I can find a good picture of. Okay, so this here is Lake Itasca.
Okay.
Headwaters of the Mississippi River.
Oh, wow. Look, it's all clean.
Uh-huh.
It's not like that in New Orleans.
No, it is not.
Well, to be fair, it does have to go through St. Louis.
Yeah. This here is the very first bridge over the Mississippi River.
Wow. That's kind of cool, actually.
This is Donna, my wife. If you keep going back about 20 yards behind her, that's where the headwaters is.
Okay.
And it's about a foot deep and about 15 feet wide. That is the, and then if you've seen what it looks like even in St. Louis, it's about a mile wide.
Yeah.
I have no idea how damn deep it is. Deep enough for grain barges to ply up and down.
Yeah, and there's quite a current in it.
Yeah. What's interesting about the Mississippi River is as it leaves Lake Itasca, it actually flows north.
Oh.
Into Lake Bemidji, and then through Lake Bemidji it comes out going east, and then it finally turns southeast towards the Twin Cities.
Okay.
Because there's 3 continental divides in Minnesota. You've got one that sends on one side of it, sends all the water to the Red River of the North, which then flows into Lake Pegasus, which is where Winnipeg, Manitoba is, which then feeds its water into Hudson Bay.
Okay.
Then you've got the area north and east of Minnesota. All the water flows into Lake Superior. Lake Superior goes through Superior, Huron, Erie, Ontario, and then out the St. Lawrence River to the Atlantic. And then finally, you've got the Mississippi watershed, which, of course, takes everything
Yeah.
and flows it into the Gulf of Mexico. So there's three watersheds, three main watersheds in Minnesota.
I would have never guessed that. That's interesting.
And technically, geographically, when speaking of geographic names, the river that flows south of the confluence of the Mississippi and the Missouri River in St. Louis should be known as the Missouri River.
So you're saying that one body of water could or should have multiple names depending on where it's at?
No. So what happens is in St. Louis, you've got the Missouri River coming in from the west.
Okay.
The Mississippi River coming down. At the point of convergence,
Right.
the Mississippi should stop being called the Mississippi and should be now started being called the Missouri. Because the name of the river at its mouth, where it outlets into the ocean, should always be named after its longest tributary. And from that point in St. Louis, the Missouri River has a longer path from its headwaters to that confluence than the Mississippi has from its mouth in Minnesota, because the Missouri starts up in Montana, damn near Idaho, and flows all the way through Montana, all the way through North Dakota, through South Dakota, making
maybe I would venture to guess that might be called the Mississippi because when it was named, that's what they believed to be the case, and then later discovered that the Missouri is longer.
The reason it's called the Mississippi there is because that's what the Ojibwa Indians called it.
Ah, okay.
And so they called it the Mississippi, and they followed it, all the way down to New Orleans. Well, it was a single river. The other thing is, although the Missouri River is longer at that point, it's not as wide. So it's assumed that it was a smaller tributary because obviously the Mississippi, being a wider river, has a longer path. Therefore,
that makes sense.
Yeah. But the Mississippi or the Missouri River goes through drier states. Therefore, you don't have as much water flowing into it as you do with the Mississippi, which comes from wetter states. And what's also interesting is the Illinois River. So the county I'm in, there's two counties in Illinois that are bordered by both the Mississippi River and the Illinois River. And the Illinois River starts in Chicago, less than 2 miles from Lake Michigan.
Okay.
But it flows south through the entire state.
So the Truckee comes out of Lake Tahoe.
Yeah.
But it's called the Truckee. And it goes through a small town called Truckee.
Yeah.
But it's never it's beautiful, but it's not that big.
No.
I mean, you can drown in it, okay?
Oh yeah.
But it's one of the hot spots for trout fishing. And when you drive up to Tahoe, I think on 80, it basically runs parallel. So it's a beautiful, talk about a beautiful drive. That's a beautiful drive. At least from Sacramento up to Tahoe.
Yeah.
Actually, a little more east of Sacramento in the foothills up through Tahoe, to be more precise. And it's, especially in the summer, smell the pine in the air and you're driving along, you could hear the river.
and you think you're drinking an IPA.
I don't drink and drive. I don't
No,
even think it drink and drive.
But it smells like you are because all the damn pine trees around you.
I know what you're going with. I got it. So you're saying that those are Indian pine ales?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. So, all right, boys and girls, we are 2:10 into the show. I actually got something done tonight.
I got these glued and cleaned up and primed. So
there you go. Yeah, I need to. I'm gonna. Yeah, it did not stick.
No, it did not.
So I'm going to take it off, and I am going to do as has been suggested. I'm gonna give it a good IPA bath, and then see if I can't get it to stick. Now these two might not, because they are curving around the engine pods along the what are known as the feathers of the exhaust port. So there's not a whole lot for it to stick to anyway.
Yeah.
But the rest of it looks to be, on semi-flat surfaces. So yeah, it's like I said, it's a good looking model.
Yeah. Went together nice and easy. I like that the base can rotate up and down a little bit.
Yeah. And come off completely.
It didn't break though.
No. Yeah, you can.
Well, that just allows you to do gaming stuff with it.
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah.
Or just leave it as is and go to town with it. That's a good looking little model. I like it.
And what, $20?
Yeah, $20. I didn't pay for it. Like I said,
but still, the quality of the kit for $20.
Oh yeah, it makes
half hour, 45 minutes worth of crafting.
Yeah,
totally worth it.
Yep. So, all right, boys and girls, thanks for coming and joining us tonight.
Yep.
It's been a pleasure as always. We do have a show coming up again this Wednesday. Who knows what I'll be doing at that point. And then July 4th, I've got I've got the date official now from the boss. July 4th is the day I have off. So that is the day I'm going to be doing a live play of What a Tanker.
Oh, cool.
Probably about 2 p.m. Central Daylight Time, U.S.
And then Thursday we got Mark Walker.
So Wednesday we got Chronicles. Thursday we got Hizzy Cat's Postcards from the Front podcast, where he is going to have Mark Walker, the owner of Flying Pig Games. He's got I don't know the name of it, but the premise is Cold War gone hot with
we'll know by Thursday.
What's what I'm looking for? Supernatural stuff going on.
Oh, right.
He and some other games as well. So he will be on the show. Then Friday, if everything goes as planned, we'll have another paint and chat on the Discord. Y'all are more than welcome to join us.
It turned into more of a design a card game and chat.
Well, yeah, with
was
the
fun.
two of us there. It was good stuff. And then we'll be back next Saturday. I might break out Boba Fett next Saturday.
Oh, I'm going to vote for that. I'd like to see that one done.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, y'all take care. Thanks for joining in. And until next time, we will see you on the flip side.